Good afternoon, students in educational leadership. This is week 7. I'm sure that most of you have probably completed your school year and are out on vacation and are anxious to finish this course as well and have some time to yourselves. The good news is this week there's not very much individual work to be uploaded and very little no reading at all in one short video, so I'm going to go over those in just a moment. I went through the papers that had been submitted online so far. I haven't graded any of them, but I wanted to talk about a couple of things that I did notice on those that have been submitted, and for those of you that have not yet submitted, something to go back and double check. I printed off a copy of the APA resources. It's the sample paper that's on Blackboard, and I probably should have done this the very first week we ever talked about headings, but I want to be really clear about this because I've talked about it for a number of weeks and I'm still seeing some misunderstandings about it. So in this sample paper, and then you can download this template. If you haven't done that before, you might want to do that. You can download this template and simply put your own words in. This is a level 1 heading. And last week when you talked about the paper, I gave you those areas that could be level 1 headings. So these are your main topics of your paper. If you chose to do level 2 headings, this would be where you'd break down level 1 into other sections. So these are still talking about whatever your topic is here, but you're breaking it down into some other topics. Those are level 2 headings. So I still am seeing a few errors in that area. So I wanted to bring that to your attention. And one other piece is the reference page. The reference page is a separate page. It does not come at the end of your last page of writing. It is a separate page. It has, let me get this up to the camera, it has a running head just like all of your other pages. It has a title, very much like a heading, only it is not bolded. It is centered. Each of your entries start at the margin. You can see that there are 3 entries on this reference page, 3 sources that have been cited. This is the hanging indent, where if you have more information about your source than can fit on one line, you indent the remaining lines. So you can see here you have one source and additional information, second source indented again, third source indented. On a reference page, please do not separate out your sources by web sources, videos, text, anything else. They're just all listed on one page, alphabetical by author. So I'm still seeing some errors in that area too. What I would like to do for this week, especially since it's a short week, a few of you have turned in your papers, and a few of you probably will turn them in before you read this. I'd like to give you an opportunity to go back and correct those errors in headings and reference page if you have made those headings. Or if you're not sure, go back into the Blackboard, download that sample paper, and double check to make sure that you've formatted your paper in the correct way. Then simply resubmit, and I will only grade your second entry. And I'll give you some extra time. Honestly, I don't correct these on Sunday night at midnight. I usually don't even start them until Monday or Tuesday, and I do a few papers a day. So you have plenty of time to go back and make those changes if you would like to do that. I think it would save both of us some frustration, me reading the errors and you being docked points for those. So I'm offering that up to you as an option this week. You only have one short video to read, or I'm sorry, to watch this week. I don't recall his first name, but his last name is Dudley. He's a leadership educator who believes that leadership is not just for the extraordinary. He works with people to help them discover the leader within themselves. It's a very short 6-minute TED Talk. He's very low-key, and I think that you will find him affirming. Your discussion board question, there's only one this week, and the prompt says, one of the very real truisms about leadership is that it can be lonely at the top and quite stressful. Please describe some of the ways you as a leader manage stress in your life. So this is something about yourself that you're sharing. It does not really need citations unless you are drawing from something that you've read or that is connected to our class, a paper or a chapter in the book. You don't really need to make a citation in this week. So the only other thing that you have left is your group assignment. I think I heard from everybody last week about your topics. So I'm going to assume that you're all working collaboratively on that, and it's moving towards completion for week 8. I haven't had any emails recently from anyone about any concerns with this, so from that I'm going to assume that it is going well for you. So with all that being said, I really don't have anything else to share with you this week. I'm sure that you're ready to get finished and complete that last assignment. So please do take time this week to make those corrections on your papers if necessary. And with that being said, I hope this week finds you with free time and some time to rest and get caught up. And I will see you for one last video next Sunday. Have a good week.